Hello, besties. How are you today? I am excited to be here with you guys tonight. It's a weekend. It's the time for us to enjoy the holiday season. It's the time for us to truly just step back, relax, and have some drinks. Um it's been quite the week for me, to be honest with you guys. I'm starting to debate if I'm really enjoying doing the whole content creation and stuff like that. Sometimes you run into like really bad energy online, and it kind of make you like, fuck, is this the path for me? But anyways, it's the holiday season. It's Easter. If you celebrate that, it's resurrection, it's new energy, it's all the good thing on the thing. So um let's call it the Renaissance, right? Um I had noticed one thing. This past week, I think it was the first week in a very long time that we don't have housewives, right? At night. We usually have pretty much housewife every single day, right? We have Tuesdays and Wednesdays and Thursdays. This time we only have Potomac on Sundays, and I'm not watching Potomac. I haven't watched in a while because this season was truly disappointed, and I'm going to definitely go back and watch it before the reunion. But my problem with that season is that it didn't go anywhere. It truly just got stuck in the same issue over and over again, and I'm not very happy with how some of the topics were being handled at the beginning of the season, that it kind of turned me off and decided not to continue watching. But, you know, there is a reunion. There is a reunion we need to watch. There is definitely a lot of stuff that we need to unpack with that reunion, especially now that we know that Candace and Robin are not coming back. But back to the first thought. This is the first time in a very long time that we don't have any other franchise airing at the moment. The only one that is coming up very soon is New Jersey, and we still have a couple of weeks before we get to that point. And I had said it in the past. I have said it many times in the past. I do believe that Bravo hasn't given the spotlight to the right shows a lot of times, right? Um, let's start by saying that one of the main quality of a good reality TV show is when reality is actually shown and when life change during the show, right? That's why we started watching Vanderpump Rules, for example. This was the first known housewife juggernaut on Bravo, right? Um, because it kind of like came from established franchise like Real House of Beverly Hills. But currently, I mean, Vanderpump Rules still one of the highest rating shows the Bravo have currently airing at the moment, right? Um, and I want to look back to all the shows that have been born because of we started watching Housewife. We had Summer House, we had Summer House Martha's Vineyard, we had Southern Hospitality, Southern Charm. I mean, yeah, it's a non-housewife show, but it kind of has its own place. It's already big enough on its own. But because Southern Charm, we have Southern Hospitality right now, right? And 2024 has shown us that maybe housewives are picking, or they picked already, and we are getting the same quality of shows over and over and over again. It kind of became repetitive in every single franchise. I'm not saying just one in particular. I do think that some of these franchises are getting like a new life, like a new restart, reset, whatever you want to call it. I really enjoyed the reboot of New York. I know it was not it's a very polarizing conversation, but I actually enjoyed that franchise, right? Um, and then we have, well, Salt Lake City had its moment last season, but we know that Salt Lake City is changing course because of what happened last season, right? I mean, a lot of people were very happy with Monica being reality Von Teese, but I'm pretty sure production was not very happy because all the lies that were told in the process of casting Monica. My biggest problem with the Monica situation was the fact that um, it was overplayed. It was too obvious, and I don't know. You know those people who write down every movie quote in the planet and every pop culture reference so they can use it at one point in their lives? That's how I feel like Monica was. Monica was funny, but it felt so like prepared and produced that it didn't come off as authentic to me. This is to me, right? But the shows that are bringing it this year are the non-housewife shows. I have been telling you guys this for a very long time. Since I started, doing podcasts and like creating a content, I have always said that to me the most interesting shows, the most authentic, the most I don't know, real or interesting are the non-housewife shows. One of my favorite shows is Family Karma. I'm still really pissed off that they are on pause, quote unquote. They haven't told us what they're doing with Family Karma. Bravo hasn't announced anything. We are kind of like in limbo. People keep wondering what is the future of this show, but in reality, you know, I think the network dropped the ball on Family Karma big time. And I'm gonna tell you why. Look, let's go back to BravoCon 2022. Family Karma was literally spotlight as one of the big comebacks. The the network was embracing diversity. The network was embracing their culture. They were so happy to showcase it, right? Um, Literally, Family Karma during BravoCon 2022 were like the group to be. I mean, they had their own bar section. The way that they were introduced at the Legends Ball that year was absolutely beautiful when they came out with the traditional gowns, and it was an amazing sight to see. I was there; it was beautiful. But then after that season was over, season three, it was crickets, crickets, and not only that, it was crickets during the show was airing. It's like they stopped promoting the show like midway through the season. They didn't even give them the opportunity to have a reunion. It was Family Karma third season. They had so many great unfinished businesses that could have easily have a reunion. And to me, it was quite disrespectful to the show and to the cast members to not even have that moment for them, right? To talk and to bring it to the show. Like Winter House, for example, had a reunion. It was obviously a Watch What Happen Live Clubhouse type of reunion, but we take it. I do believe that Family Karma should come back. This is the moment for that show to come back. Look what's happening with the other non-housewife shows. Summer House is delivering one of the most chaotic in the crazy way season. Um, we had Summer House Martha's Vineyard second season. They are here. They are amazing. They are delivering. They said we are clock 10 and we are going to make sure that we are seen as one of the biggest like newcomers on Bravo. Honestly, I have not seen a most real group of people than the Martha's Vineyard cast. And I'm saying that from I seen them outside the show, right? A couple of weeks ago, I was invited to the after party of their premiere night, right? And seeing them out and about, their interaction with the people. I mean, you can go to my Instagram, you can see the video that I got from the experience. They are as authentic as you see them on the show. Actually, even more than that. They're fun. I was dancing with everybody. We were talking. We were having drinks. And they were so excited for the opportunity that they have by having this platform. The you know, the way that they can bring some awareness to culture, to their history. You know, we saw that on Summer House Martha's Vineyard season 1, when on each single episode there was a section, a little piece of Black history, right? Now we also have, on the other hand, Southern Hospitality having an amazing second season, and I'm 100% sure that season 3 is coming. You know, it's probably gonna start production in the summer. They got a reunion and they show that they were made for TV. Season 1, many people didn't even watch. Season 1, people were ignoring them. Like, if you go back and watch the comments of people on season 1, episode 1, you might think that they weren't even gonna survive half of a season, right? You might think that people were not gonna actually watch the show. But I watched the first episode and I was invested since that moment because I saw the potential. I saw what they were able to bring to the to Bravo, right? Most people, most Bravo holics and Bravo viewers tend to not give non-housewife shows a chance to shine. And that's why I'm actually kind of happy that we don't have Housewife airing at the moment, because we can see that Bravo can survive without the franchises. I know the Housewife are Bravo's crown jewels. I mean, we all watch Housewife because it's interesting. But if you ask me what shows I feel more identified with, it's not going to be any of the Housewife shows. I don't see myself as Countess Luann or Sonia or any of the ladies of Beverly Hills or Miami. I don't see myself in them. I don't watch them because I can relate to them. But if I watch Summer House, I can relate to them. We are in a similar age range. We are, thriving or hoping to make it in New York City. We go to the same places when we are in the city. Those people I can relate to. I can talk to them because we are kind of like, in the same circles when it comes to our age in general, right? Um, I'm 100% sure that many people who are listening or watching right now feel connected to the housewife because they may be housewives. They might want to be like them, or whatever the case is. But in my case, I do believe that the non-housewife shows bring more to the table, and they haven't had the chance to show that because they are always outshined by the monster of the franchises of Real Housewife are. I mean, obviously, Bravo invests more on the Housewife shows because it might bring more revenue to the network. It's probably they have more advertisers, and they have had a very long lasting, you know, life. I mean, they've been on for 18 years. I think recently I saw the post on Andy's Instagram on like Bravo and stuff, whatever, that they had been on for 18 years. We're celebrating the 18 years of the first episode of Orange County, right? But like sometimes it's good to graduate. Like you go to school, you go to college, you graduate, and you move on with your life. And then a new block of people come in, right? And that's a cycle. Reason why I was okay with the reboot of New York, because even though it's a new group of ladies behind a juggernaut like Real Housewife already, like a staple, it didn't feel like it was the same. It didn't feel like it was a copy and paste from the previous franchise, right? It didn't feel like they were trying to do what Sonia and Luen and Ramona and the other one were doing in the past. Um, they did their own thing, which gave the show a new, fresh start. I wish people would give the non-housewife show that chance, because look what happened to Solid Hospitality. Like that's the perfect example. You know, that's a perfect example. Season one, halfway through it, that's when people woke up and were like, okay, these kids actually are funny. These kids are actually, dramatic, and they have things going on. They are working at Leva's club, but they want to do more with their lives. We have uh Maddie who wants to be a DJ. We have um Bradley who wants to be a personal trainer, and you see their life developing on the show. Remember when we started watching Vanderpump Rules and those kids wanted to be models and actors, and you will see them not only working at the restaurant but also going to like auditions and doing random modeling jobs, like those like really humiliating shots. Remember those ones when Jax and Sandoval were like modeling, and you will watch that and be that's not modeling. But it was funny, and it got you invested on the show. It got you into like connecting with it in a different level, and that's what happened with Southern Hospitality right now. Southern Hospitality is bringing back what Vanderpump is missing, right? After all this year, well, a decade of Vanderpump Rules, you see these people they are on different paths in their lives. They outgrew the show, right? It's more like the guys who used to work for Lisa Vanderpump the show, right? They don't work for Lisa. Um, yeah, and I understand how people are saying like they are probably gonna move to like the Valley. Look at me. I have tried to like the Valley. I had tried so hard to really enjoy that show. But I can't. But because it's a non-housewife show, I'm still giving it a chance. I was bored halfway through the first one. I watched the second episode and I'm like, I don't know, is this because I'm not a Jax fan? I just don't care for what he does? Or the fact that maybe I'm not so invested on the cast? But the only part that I was like, okay, this is good, was the last 2 minutes of the episode and the trailer for next week. So I'm like, okay, let me give this show another chance. Most people who are giving this show a chance is because they are missing the old school Vanderpump Rules. Not because the show is good. So, I mean, that little nostalgia feeling keeps bringing you back to watch it. But for how long we can actually stay on it, right? My problem with the Valley falls under the category of I'm confused. Maybe that's just me. I don't know where this show is going. I have no idea. And I know it's supposed to be the life of people who live in the valley. But I don't know. Once again, I think it goes back to be to some kind of like relating to the cast. Their issues are like having kids, and I don't have any kids, and I'm not planning on having kids. I'm not good with them. No, I'm only good with my dogs. I can't even keep a plant alive. So let alone a kid. No, it's not gonna happen. And I like to travel. I'm not carrying no baby anywhere. Uh, I'm happy being the cool uncle who take my nieces and nephews to the movies and then send them back to the merry way to their parents. Um, so maybe that's why I'm not connecting myself with the dramatic of the show. At the same time, I like a messy Kristen. Like Kristen, when she's messy, she's funny. And Britney is her voice is just it's like nails in a chalkboard. I can't stand it. I don't know. Her like voice sounds a like a child from like a pageant. Those like kids from like um those pageant shows. I don't remember. Wasn't it Honey Boo Boo one of those pageant little kids from like a town in nowhere America, in the middle of nowhere? That's how I picture Brittany when she talks, like like a pageant kid, and he's telling you that all she wants is world peace. I'm like, oh, like shut up. Sometimes I just want to say, just shut up. Um, but it's not her. It's just her voice. It's annoying. And Jax, I can't stand him much on my TV for too long. Like he's funny for like 2 seconds and then he just becomes annoying. So maybe all those little pieces are not making me watch the show and get invested. But I'm gonna give it a chance again, and I'm gonna keep watching it just because there's nothing else on. And it's after Vanderpump Rules. And to be honest, you guys, I know a lot of people are saying that this season is not so good. This season is being weird to watch. I don't know if it's a good thing or a bad thing, but I do have a problem with this whole like having Sandoval having like this like you know pity party parade every episode, acting like he's the victim of like bully and shit like that. I like, no, bitch, no, 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 not on my watch. You cheated, and it's okay. People cheat. People say cheat or whatever, but it's all comes down on how somebody handles their mistakes and how they handle, you know, wrongdoings, right? And this guy has not once admitted to the problem in a non-narcissistic way. And then you have people on the show trying to gaslight Ariana into forgiving this guy, into accepting him on the group and hanging out with him and giving him a chance. Oh, and talking about why she still lived in her house. I'm like, that is her house. Why don't the guy who cheat move out? Simple as that. I don't know about you guys, but if I spend my money on a house with somebody and that person do me wrong, I'm not just gonna walk out because as soon as the door closes, trust me, they're gonna make it hard for you to get your money. Like what is not clicking here? Do you think that if Ariana was not living in the same house while the process of either selling the house or whatever they decide to do with it happen, do you think the Sandoval is gonna be like honest to her and make sure that she get the right amount of money and all this stuff? This guy's a sleazy freaking weirdo with ombre nail polish. Like, come on. Like, the guy manipulated Rachel. The guy manipulated Rachel. And this whole like, oh my gosh, I'm so in love with her. She's not picking up the phone. I'm like, shut the fuck up, dude. Like, for real. It's honestly, to me, one of the most pathetic. And that guy is not a fucking man. That guy is a weirdo who now is acting like the victim and trying to play everybody into liking him so they can go and be like, Ariana, he has changed. The guy has not changed. The guy has not changed. And we are talking about a show that was filmed 3 months after the scandal situation. 3 months. And for some of the cast members to say like, "Oh my gosh, that's been such a long time. Let it go." I'm like, isn't it like Lala still complains about Randall and the whole thing, and still hurt about it, and all this like gymnastics, and that was like what, like 2 years, a year or what, like almost like 2 years now, and she's doing just fine, but she is not allowing the other people to go through their journey of healing. It's like Whitney Rose. Let him be on their journey of healing. Like, goddamn. Uh, I I love Bend Upon Rules. I'm passionate about it because um, it was one of the first shows that were non-housewife on the new era of Bravo. Because I've been watching Bravo since Queer Eye for the Stray Guy, Project Runway, Kathy and the D List, um, The Millionaire Matchmaker, Tabitha Takeover, all the shows that built Bravo before the Housewife. I watched them all, and I'm just happy that some of these shows are making like a comeback. For example, Patty just announced that a new version or like a new show called The Matchmaker is gonna be premiered on CW, and you best believe I'll be watching because I fucking love Patty. Patty is real. She doesn't hide anything. She doesn't apologize for anything. And that's what makes her such a strong character. I was watching the old episodes. Some of the old episodes are on Netflix. And I was thinking to myself, I was like, how the hell this even get air on TV? Some of the stuff that are said on that show, some of the stuff that are done on that show by especially the people who participate, the millionaires. It's fucking crazy, man. If you had time, if you are bored with the same shows on Bravo that are airing right now, go watch Patty, the Millionaire Matchmaker on Netflix. They have 2 seasons on a weekend. It's a holiday weekend. Watch it. There's nothing more to me more like kind of like relaxing. It's kind of weird to watch old shows like back in the early 2000s or like uh early 2010s. Like I watch The Simple Life just for the shit and giggles because we are never getting shows like that ever again. They will get canceled with just within one episode. For real. Like, do you think that The Simple Life will air nowadays? That's not gonna happen. You know the shit that Paris and Nicole did on that show will be so problematic, like on today's like environment. Like like you will feel like they're making fun of like little town America, whatever. Um, or like flashing their wealth. I mean, those type of stuff nowadays are frowned upon. But I grew up in that time. Those were the shows that I grew up watching. I grew up watching MTV Cribs and MTV Next. That Next Boss, dude, like that Next Boss was fucking amazing. And then you have like shows like Survivors and whatever. Like, look what happened to Traders this year. Traders took every single component from every form of reality television and mixed it in just one successful show. And that's why I keep telling people that moving Miami from Peacock to Bravo was the biggest mistake. I stand by it and I will die on that hill. I will die on that hill because I never felt like Bravo will give Miami the respect that that franchise deserve because they have way too many other shows to focus on. Specifically, the crown jewels: Atlanta, New York, New Jersey, uh, Beverly Hills, Orange County. And then we have Salt Lake City, Potomac, who are that are more like recent shows, right? Um, so having Miami moving to Bravo, I knew was gonna happen, and even the ladies felt that way. Like if you watch, Alexia when she went to watch What Happened Live, she's like, I don't know why we always feel like the the adopted kid, you know, and she's right. She's right. But if you are paying attention, based on the schedules that we are having right now in Bravo, pretty much every show that we have this week are non-housewife shows. Below Deck, Vanderpump Rules, The Valley, Top Chef, Summer House, Martha's Vineyard. You see, all of those shows are non-housewife shows, and they still can carry the network. There's no doubt in my mind. And to me it feels like people can relate more to those shows than the housewife. Also remember this. Um the best part about reality TV is when you find a balance of drama and fun. I always feel like the non-housewife shows deliver on that level. Like the only time that we had seen like a complete division in a way that somebody was being iced out was Scandal. But that still brought the cast together in a way, right? But if you watch other shows, Summer House, for example, like they can have their own drama going on. They might not be all best friends, but they are all friends, right? They know when to be like, you know what? Let's not fight. Let's have a good time. They have a dinner. Let's go to the club. Let's go to the bar. There is a party in somewhere in Montauk. We are all going. There is a sense of fun on those shows. Summer House Martha's Vineyard. Episode 1, season 2 just aired on Sunday. And when I say that was pure cinema, I'm not lying to you. There was drama. There was Old Bay being poured on water like it's like, oh my gosh, I was afraid for the level of salt, but it looked so good afterward that I want to eat some of that. I hope one day I get to eat one of those you know uh it's what it was. They were having like kind of like that southern lobster and seafood. I forgot right now what it is called, but I mean, Bria was making this thing and she literally put 2 bottles of Old Bay. And what I'm thinking is, They eat like 1,000 milligrams of sodium in just one spoon. This is freaking nuts. But you have people who are able to hang out. You got people who are able to put aside the drama and still have moment of fun. And that's how life is. That's what happened when you find a balance, right? I mean, it's one thing what happened between Ariana and Tom Sandoval. That shit was fucking nasty. But otherwise, when you find a group of friends who can put aside the drama and all the bad energy and they have fun, we as viewers can actually enjoy the show because it's not a freaking dark cloud in your brain trying to process all this shit that is happening. Like when we watch Housewives, 90% of the time lately, the last few franchises, the last few seasons of each franchise is so freaking dark. You're like, you're tired. You're exhausted. Especially when you have Housewives back to back, like when we have Beverly Hills and Miami. Like half of the time I will watch Beverly Hills and like watch Miami like the next day in the morning because I was like, I can't take this anymore. I need to watch something else. Let me just watch some dumb episode from 20 years ago from The Simple Life so I can wash my mouth from the bad taste of the whole thing. Right? Um, Again, family karma. I want to make sure that we remember how amazing this cast is because not only they are friends, they are family. So they found a perfect balance to talk about problems and solve them and move forward and have fights and understand that they were gonna talk shit because that's what friends do. But at the end of the day, they were there for each other when it was necessary. And you add that the fact that it was a whole different culture that was introduced by Bravo. I still believe that the Bravo dropped the ball big time. And if there's not better time to bring Family Karma back to the network, it's now. Because shows like Family Karma not only deliver in the reality TV, department, they also deliver in a way that they are teaching you without like trying to. Meaning like they are living their lives. They are living their lives. And by living their life, us as viewers, we learn. Because I'm pretty sure most of the viewers never experienced or had been part of an Indian wedding or anything like that, or the traditions that they do every year and all this stuff. So it was such a refreshing thing every time that we turn on every Sunday to watch um Family Karma. And I know there's a lot of people out there who love Below Deck, but to be honest, I can do without like one out of the 20 million different spin-off of Below Deck. Like Below Deck Down Under, Below Deck Mediterranean, Below Deck Upper Decker, and Down Decker, and Dickon, or whatever you wanna call it. I'm like, Jesus fucking Christ, how many Below Decks do we need? Like how many freaking different freaking boats? It's like a fucking boat. Like it's really people invested on this stuff. Like what the hell? Like I know I don't watch it. As you can, I do not watch Below Deck. I gotta be honest. I only watched Below Deck when Kate was part of it, and that was it. Like that was the only reason why I watched Below Deck, and I can be like, you know what? If we don't have Below Deck this year and we give it to the Family Karma, I'm completely a-okay with it. That's why I'm asking you guys that if you had the opportunity, if you haven't watched Family Karma, there's only 3 seasons out there. There's only 3 of them. And that will definitely bring like the attention back to the show. Tweet about it, post about it, tag the cast, tag the network. I have this campaign going on because I really wanted to bring it back. And I'm pretty sure there's a lot of people out there who want Family Karma back. Like, come on. I want Family Karma to join Southern Hospitality, Summer House, Summer House Martha's Vineyard, Below Deck, to the Renaissance of Bravo. Like, I mean, housewives are falling apart. Housewife franchises are literally falling apart in front of our eyes. Like, I don't know how long this housewife franchise are gonna survive. I'm pretty sure they're gonna have to like reboot 90% of those. They did the reboot of New York. They are recasting Potomac because obviously two main characters had left, Robin and Candace. I'm sad about Candace leaving because I love Candace. Um, then you have Orange County that is filming right now, and we're gonna have to wait and see because shit is crazy. But then we have Beverly Hills. That they I mean they never fell. They never fell off. I feel like Beverly Hills has been a consistent good franchise with ups and downs like everything, but like it's finding like happy places again. But look what happened. They bring somebody new every season and it fails. I still believe that what Bravo needs to do with Beverly Hills is just leave the franchise alone. Don't bring anybody full time. Just leave the five girl that we have right now, and maybe add a couple of like OGs or previous franchise or previous housewife as friend of. I'm talking about Denise Richards. I'm talking about Camille. I'm talking about um, Carlton. Bring Carlton back. I love Carlton. Um, Eileen maybe once in a while. When we see all housewife kind of like in one episode or two, we as viewers are happy, are excited, and we don't need new people right now in Beverly Hills. To be honest, just leave those girls where they are. We also know that Salt Lake City is going through like a little mini reboot. It's like the same girls, but Monica is not there, so they're trying like two or three two new housewives. We know Miami is gonna get a little like of like, it's gonna be on pause or whatever. They're gonna start filming later on, right? And people are talking, saying that there's going to be some cast shakeup, which I think is so unnecessary because Miami, to me, is the perfect balance. Just get rid of Larsa. Just get rid of Larsa and bring somebody in, or give Kiki her mojito and just get Larsa out of the picture, and we have a great cast. I still don't understand why they has to be talking about a Miami shakeup. It doesn't make any sense. Like I'm saying, these housewife franchises are literally falling apart in front of our eyes. New Jersey is the next one on the list. Put this, I mean, you hear that. I'm sorry, you hear this first here. You put this down, write a note, put my name on it. It's Saturday 30th, March 30th, 2024. This is the last time that we see the same cast of New Jersey again. After this new season airs, I'm 100% sure that a shakeup is gonna happen. It's the only franchise that hasn't been properly like rebooted, and it's about time. It's about time. I wouldn't be surprised if half of that cast next season is not back. And I hope that they fire the right people, especially the ones that join later on behind her family back, if you know what I mean. Yeah, I'm trying to be shady. I just like, but I'm my position right now is that I'm not going to throw, direct darts at anybody, because at the end of the day, especially after this week of haters coming on my Twitter to like attack my character, attack me as a person, because I don't like the same housewife they like, or they don't like my opinion and whatever. I'm like, they can go kick rocks. Honestly, they can kick rocks wearing flip flops. Don't care. They don't pay my bills. But it made me think about one thing. We are talking about reality television, and just because we don't like the same housewife or the same whatever doesn't mean that you have to go and attack my character. But it made me realize that, I mean, my opinion, either they like it or not, it matters to them, because like if I don't care about somebody's opinion, I don't go on their Twitter or their Instagram and try to bully them or say anything negative. I don't really care enough to do that. I don't have time on my day to go on somebody else's Instagram or Twitter, to their account. Not even like post it on my account. No, go to their account and try to attack them because they don't agree with my opinion, or we don't like the same thing. I'm like, go fucking touch some grass. Go outside. It's about to be summer. Just do it. Um, and it's usually come from extremely passionate trolls from either New Jersey or Beverly Hills. It's just crazy. Like, I don't see any of that in any other show or franchise or anything. It's usually Beverly Hills and in New Jersey. Like, people are like they need to take some Xanax, man. They should sell Xanax on like uh in one of those like dispenser machines. Like, just put a little quarter and just get a pill, because Jesus Christ, like, calm down. It's a fucking reality TV show. But I really hope that with Housewife kind of taking a step back to like regroup and relaunch, um, people start giving the other shows a chance. And, I mean, give this cast the opportunity to give you something else, to give you something more, to give you everything. Because I I've been watching, you know, Housewife and all these shows for a very long time, and I do believe that the new generation of Bravo Labs are way more interesting than the past cast. Not saying they were bad. I'm not saying that they were bad. I mean, OGs will always be OGs. Um, Season one on any franchise will be the one that kickstart the franchise, and that deserve respect. But I do believe that the new generation of Bravo Labs are bringing a sense of like reality like no other. And I'm talking about Summer House Martha's Vineyard, Southern Hospitality. Um, that's it. Because I do like Vanderpump Rules. I love Vanderpump Rules, but I do think that they are on their way out. I think this might be the last season, and that is okay. That is okay, because the whole point of that show was to see the life of people who work for Lisa Vanderpump at the restaurants, right? See what happened in the restaurant business, but they don't work there anymore. Their life have been going in different, routes, and it's okay to outgrow a show and move on with your life, either with a different show or completely out of reality TV. I don't think this cast is going to come back next season as it is right now. Some of them will move to the valley because that sounds more like their speed. Maybe a couple of these people will stay on Vanderpump Rules as like you know, like the older ones. But I do believe that a reboot of this show is gonna happen. They are not waiters and hostesses and bartenders anymore. They're parents. They have businesses. Ariana is a Broadway star. She's gonna be a host for Love Island US in the summer. You have people who own restaurants in that show. Um, Sheena's doing what Sheena does. I don't know what she does, but she's doing something that Sheena does. You know, James Kennedy is like doing really good with his DJ gigs and stuff. At this point, they are becoming bigger than what the show started, right? I always say new blood bring new drama. So all I'm asking you guys is to give this show the opportunity. Go watch Summer House, Summer House Martha's Vineyard, Solid Hospitality. Go watch them. And no, let's not forget Solid Charm. Yeah, I'm not ignoring Solid Charm. I love Solid Charm. It's one of my favorite shows on Bravo. So I'm not ignoring it. I'm just thinking, you know, let's wait until the new season it's done filming. But the good thing about Solid Charm is that they have been able to like bring people into the mix so often because they bring their own friends. Like they live in a town where they have like so many friends, and like I've been to Charleston like before, so you can see how it makes sense that these people know each other. These people know it's such a small town. Everybody knows everybody. So when you bring a new cast member to the show, it's somebody that they actually know. It's not just some random person from a whole different country or like a whole different city, like just to make sure that they mingle. These people have businesses, have gone to college in Charleston or like been working in the area for a long time and like being there, you can easily become acquainted with everybody in that town, right? So that's why I enjoy shows that are not housewife related more than housewife. That I mean, some other people like housewife more than non-housewife, but I personally believe that what keeps Bravo is not necessarily the housewife. I do think the housewife have a priority because it has to do more with the way that they were advertised, and the way that they gave you this idea of like a life that you want, this like very aspirational life and whatever, and that sells a lot. But it's getting to the point where it's not enough. It's definitely not enough. And that's why so many of these shows have been so lackluster. Like look at the last Potomac show, franchise. I mean, series. The last Potomac season was so bad. I stopped watching it halfway through it. And then you have, you know, Orange County had an okay season last season, but the season before that one was horrific. And Salt Lake City had the same problem too. Like this last season was interesting because we were just like bamboozled all the way through the end. But the one before that one, it was hard to watch. Honestly, you guys, I don't think that you can keep magic by doing the same thing over and over again. Magic happened when something new and exciting happened. So maybe that's why they're taking their time to rebuild, Housewife, because once again, for the next couple of weeks, we have not one Housewife franchise airing during the week. The only Housewife franchise airing is Potomac, and it's a reunion. And after that is when we actually get in um, New Jersey. And then we have Dubai like in the summer. And Orange County is still filming. Like I'm still like I thinking like what's happening with the schedule of Housewives, right? Because New York is just starting filming. Orange County is still filming. Salt Lake City still filming. It's about to be done, I believe. Um, Potomac's gonna take their time, right? Miami's gonna take they're gonna take their time. Um, yeah, Beverly Hills just finished. They're gonna start filming, I think, in a couple of weeks. We know that Anne Marie is not coming back, and her husband was ranting on Twitter. And I'm like, dude, like, shut up. You have other issues to worry about, like being accused of being a sexual, accused of like sexual misconduct when you were in college. So, if I was you, I would stay out of women's business, just for your own safety, your own. Uh, you shouldn't be putting the spotlight on yourself when you have way too many skeletons in the closet. Um, yeah, it's gonna be a very interesting season on Bravo because there's not gonna be 3 or 4 housewives running during the same week. It's not gonna happen. Not at all. And for that reason, I'm telling you, the new Juggernauts on Bravo are the non-housewife shows. So once again, bring back Family Karma and make sure that you watch Summer House Martha's Vineyard because that show is pure cinema. And with that said, you guys, I just want to say thank you for tuning in tonight. Um, Happy holidays. If you celebrate Easter, happy Easter to you and your family. Don't forget to follow, subscribe, and leave a rate on my podcast. I'm trying my best to stay um connected with you guys. It's just my life is gotten really busy, you guys. I'm not gonna lie. It's like I'm busy, but busy is always good. Okay, besties, I will definitely see you soon, and I hope you guys enjoyed this. If you want any topic to be talked about, let me know. I want to try to do that a little more, not just focusing on recapping episodes. I want to know what you want to hear, what you want to talk about, what topic you want to talk about, either Bravo or pop culture or whatever. There's a lot of stuff going on in the world right now. I'm not going to touch any of those topics because I don't get involved in politics, religion, or anything like that. But if it's pop culture, Bravo, reality TV, send me a message, send me a DM, send me an email. I want to know what you want to hear, and I'll be here. Okay, besties, have a great weekend, and to everyone who's listening, take care. Bye, besties.